Hi, and welcome to Let's Talk Sports podcast with me, Lucia. Today we are going to discuss NFL Week 1 and previewing Week 2. We are also going to be discussing the Western Conference semis and previewing the Western Conference finals. But first, let's talk about NFL Week 1. I'm going to discuss the New York Giants versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. I cannot tell you how disappointed I am in the New York Giants, and especially their O-line. Daniel Jones actually had an okay game with 279 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, but then had the 2 interceptions. We are relying far too much on Saquon. And with only 15 carries for 6 yards, the Steelers definitely targeted him. They did a great job stopping him. The Giants' defense was actually good with 2 sacks on the night, but they just were no match for the Steelers' offense. The Giants still stink. However, the Steelers, with Big Ben back, it was painful as a Giants fan to see him and Juju actually work well together. I don't really want to talk more about this game because I might actually cry. The Steelers won 16 to the Giants. The Steelers won 26 to the Giants 16, I was meant to say. But still, really don't want to talk about it. The second game I am going to discuss is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New Orleans Saints. This was Tom Brady's first week with Tampa Bay, and it didn't go so well. In full disclosure, I love Tom Brady, so I can't criticize him that much. But Brady did not have an impressive first outing. But then you have to realize that he's 43 years old, and we can't expect him to be the same Tom Brady as he was. However, Drew Brees was fantastic, with 160 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions passing, leading his team to a 34-23 win over the Buccaneers. The New Orleans Saints showed why they are Super Bowl contenders this year. Tampa Bay, not so much. Then we have to discuss the LA Rams versus the Dallas Cowboys. The new SoFi Stadium is absolutely beautiful, and once the world gets back to normal, I can't wait to go there and watch the Giants versus the Rams. The LA Rams are the real deal, and I think they're definitely playoff contenders. I even think that they're NFC Championship game contenders, although I do have the Saints going to the Super Bowl, so yeah. But do I really have to say it? How about them Cowboys? And it's always something stupid that costs them a win. That pass interference call, I'll let you guys discuss what your opinions of that is. But I think the rule needs to be defined more clearly. The current verbiage is when any act by a player more than 1 yard beyond the line of scrimmage significantly hinders an eligible player's opportunity to catch the ball. Can somebody explain that to me in normal human words? Because I just can't really focus on that. Like, I think it is, again, for the refs to control the game a little bit more. But anyway, Dallas Cowboys, stay the same. Anyway, let's move on to next week. The Bengals versus the Browns. Just a quick reminder, the Bengals still don't have an indoor workout facility in 2020. Just thought I'd remind you guys about that. The Bengals have a rookie quarterback in the Heisman Trophy winner, Joe Burrow, and he was the overall pick in this year's draft. And he was impressive in week 1. I look for him to continue improving this week. Then we have the Browns, Baker Mayfield and OBJ. They still cannot get their act together. I feel sorry for Cleveland. They have had nothing, apart from LeBron and Kyrie. So in the Battle of Ohio, or what I'm going to call it, is let's just not suck game. It'll be interesting or not so interesting to see who wins. There should be a winner in this game. There should be. I don't know. Is it going to be? Have no idea. Then we've got the Chicago Bears versus the New York Giants. New York Giants, please don't suck. I'd really like something to cheer for in football. Like, that would be amazing. DJ and Saquon, please work together well. That's all. I'm done on the Giants and my plea for them. The Bears are actually good with Mitchell Trubisky as their quarterback, as well as Nick Foles, who has won a Super Bowl, as his backup. So they're going to be tough. Just Giants, please. Please just attempt to do something. Attempt to. Be really nice. Other matchups that will be good this week are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Panthers, the Packers versus the Lions, and the Seahawks versus the Patriots. So, we're done with NFL news for this week and NFL games and recaps. Now let's move on to the NBA and the Western Conference semis. The Lakers versus the Houston Rockets. Let's go, Laker Nation. We have done it again, a gentleman's sweep. We are through to the Western Conference Finals. The Rockets, after Game 1, just didn't look like they had it in them at all. It looks like they wanted to go home. They were all standing in a huddle saying, 1, 2, 3, Cancun. It didn't take D'Antoni even till they got back to their own city to quit. I think he wants to co-coach the Pelicans, but more importantly, Zion. Ty Lue should be the next coach of the Houston Rockets. I think that would work really well together. The Rockets definitely need a big man for more versatility. When your center is 6'7", you've got a problem. You are too small. Anyway, that's for us to discuss, but not to decide. Daryl Morey needs to figure that all out in the off-season, whenever the off-season is. But that is going to be a lit off-season, trying to figure out how to maneuver the Houston Rockets. I am so excited for the Western Conference Finals because the Lakers are in there, and I'm so looking forward to it. And I couldn't be more happier. Like, I literally couldn't, especially after the result of the next game. The Los Angeles Clippers versus the Denver Nuggets. Oh my god. The Clipper curse is real. To come back 3-1 for Denver, for Denver, they are no joke. And the Lakers are going to have to take them seriously. However, it's my time to gloat as a Lakers fan. I can't believe that the Clippers blew a 3-1 lead. This is Doc's third time doing it as coach. So I've got to seriously look at him as a coach and say, what the hell are you doing, coaching? The Clippers. So much for streetlights over spotlights. So much for grit and grind over glitz and glamour. So much for driven, not given. LA our way. You guys lost. LA is a Lakers town, and it's a Lakers town for life. You were never going to take that away from us. Load management does not work. They tried to skip processes, and the basketball gods punished them for it. You've got to actually build up team chemistry. And what was all this talk and clamour about? Oh, they've got the dogs in them. They've got the fight. They're built. They're built for a championship. They're built for a second round exit, which is exactly what they did. I can't right now because of how happy I am over this loss for the Clippers. And I know I shouldn't be joyful in how they lost and all that, considering we've got the Denver Nuggets and the Denver Nuggets are going to be tough. We can't let them go down. We can't have a 3-1 lead over them. We've got to just sweep them, or we've got to go 4-6. We've got to go either do 4 games clean sweep or go to 6 and just tank one of the games so that we don't get to the 3-1 lead. I still have the Lakers winning the Western Conference Finals and going to the finals. But Lakers Nation, we can rejoice. The Clippers have still got a curse. Oh, I can't believe it. I honestly cannot. On next week's episode, I will discuss week 2 of the NFL, plus some college football news, and giving you guys an update on the conference finals. So, that is all for this week's episode of Let's Talk Sports podcast with me, the Chia. So, I'll catch you all next time. Bye.